Hey lovers, welcome to Sacred Soulmates. I'm your goddess Euphoria. Y'all, bear with me. Excuse me, I'm doing real work and in the land of the living. I'm a part of the team sorting out souls and spirits. We'll just say it like that. Head over to 828 Prophecies for more details on this journey of ascension and how I got into this position, okay? But over here we talk about divine connections, divine love, which begins with the balance of masculine and feminine energy within yourself. When you reach divinity, only from that level playing field can you begin to even meet someone who you could consider a soulmate. Before that, they all just karmic twin flames. It is what it is. I read on the chakras. I start with the crown chakra and move down to the root. There are more chakras than that, but we keep it mainstream so everybody can get some. The first card in the crown position is despondence. And when I see this card, it's just like somebody really they don't like what you got going on. But since when has that ever been anyone else's business? What you got going on? In the throat position, not a throat position, but the third eye position, we have the Ace of Baskets. And I will show the cards before I get too deep into any of them. In the throat chakra position, we have the Eight of Knives. In the heart position, the Hierophant. I like it. I always like it when you have big authority, energy in the heart position. I like it. To stand on what you mean. In the solar plexus position, we have the Daughter of Knives. In the sacral chakra position, we have the Seven of Baskets. And rooting the reading, we have the Ace of Coins. Now, someone not liking what you have going on, or there being some type of disconnect, somebody feels slighted. They feel like the position that they were like applying for, I'll say it that way, that they didn't get. The part that they wanted to play in this act, they didn't get. But the problem is that it was an act. Somebody was playing a part in an act and they didn't get the part that they wanted to get, and they're a little salty about that. The third eye position is the Ace of Baskets. It's like they thought maybe they would have an easy end with you, or maybe they thought that you were like, a super romantic person, and that it would be easy to like secure a spot in your life. They thought there was some type of vulnerability. They thought it was some type of position that they could just easily slide in, get in where you fit in type energy. And with the throat chakra reflecting the Eight of Knives, it's like they quickly found out that maybe they didn't play their cards right. Maybe they thought wrong. Yeah, you thought wrong. They boxed themselves in by trying to come at you in a certain lane, like trying to come at you and play on your emotions or play on your heartstrings or whatever. They boxed themselves in a way that they really can't explain themselves out of that position. They can't explain a way out of that. With the Eight of Knives, like, because this person, they prefer to look at themselves like as pure. They think that they're a good person. This is the type of, how men be like, nice guys always finish last, but they don't even be nice. Like, you be entitled. You're not nice, you're entitled. Or how women, a good woman gonna always get played. You ain't no good woman. You can cook and you can clean, but that's about it. You don't have no accountability for yourself. You don't give that man peace. So there's somebody who like kind of they pour a lot on themselves. It ain't nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with having high self-esteem, but this person their actions don't really match up with the way they talk themselves up, or the way that they think about themselves is a little bit higher than what they actually are performing. And thinking that they were going to be able to like kind of play on your heartstrings, and you show up with a Hierophant heart, like you show up with a real structured heart, like, no, you don't. It ain't easy to get in over here. It ain't easy to unlock my box over here. You can't just tell me sweet things and say cutesy shit in my ear and it actually work. You can't do none of that over here. When they came into contact with that side of you, it kind of it threw them for a loop a little bit. And then people like this, they'll try to spin it as if you did something wrong to them, like you backstabbed them, like you did them wrong. So that's that despondence energy. Like right now at the top of somebody's mind is like basically they blaming you for them being manipulative. I'm getting a Gemini energy with that. I'm getting a Virgo energy with that, because both of those are ruled by Mercury. It could be Aquarius, because that could be a sudden shock. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. but the ancient ruler was Capricorn. So it is, if it is Aquarius, it's like they get why, but they probably not gonna admit it. Like this type of if it's Aquarius, their energy, or if they have like Aquarius placements, they would more so just rather like not try to, you know what I'm saying, not try anymore. They'll just rather ghost the situation and write it off as like, you know, the one who got away. And they may always, because I'm thinking back to a scene on the Nick Cannon show, We Playing Spades, where he was telling Megan Good she was the first woman who broke his heart. And she was like, how? We never dated. She was like, you never asked me out. You never approached me. But he was like, yeah, but you know, I always thought this, that, and the other. And like, how is she's like, basically, how am I responsible for the thoughts that were going on in your mind? And somebody thought it would just be easier. Maybe they thought that if they just hung around you long enough that, you know, you would catch the hint. They were making it kind of like a friend zone situation, just hanging around but not expressing themselves. But that's the kind of Aquarius energy. It feels like a lighter kind of way with Aquarius energy, but with the Gemini and with the Virgo energy, it feels like somebody thought that they were going to manipulate you, like kind of like reel you in. It's like somebody who may think themselves a pimp, or who may be a womanizer, or who think that they just have a way with the ladies, like that type of vibe, that archetype. And that energy is falling off, like for real. Like men like that, they don't really even play like that anymore. Women don't be on that. And women who like that, you know, I got this dude, that dude, da 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 da, like people just in general are off that. Like all them games of playing with folks' emotions and stuff, you gonna fuck around and be on the ID channel. A missing person poster. I said that 3 times. So somebody, all right, you know, this tarot thing, it can go light, it can go dark. Whatever vibration that you usually be on, whatever frequency you usually be on, that's where it can go. But somebody found somebody who was like, you know, I'm getting like an old soul with this, the Hierophant card. And this, you know, this lady dressed right, a skirt below the knees, you know, got her little kitten heels on, nothing too crazy for the church, and appropriate colors, Easter Sunday's best. This is somebody who, even if you're not religious, like you hold yourself to a higher standard. Like you have a lot of structure and discipline and order about yourself. And even if you do like somebody, you could be head over heels in love with somebody, but you're not going to just be stupid for them. You're not no bimbo by a long shot. And maybe somebody did think you were a bimbo. It could have something to do with your body type. I'm looking at the woman's body on this despondence. You could have like large breasts, or big hips or something like that, big butt. Whatever reason, these disoriented, disillusioned females, they have effectively made bodacious natural bodies into a weapon, really, with all the BBLs and all the, you know, Barbie hips and whatever they call that shit, the shelf and all of that. Now people will look at somebody whose body is naturally built like that, and they'll think that you're one of those bimbos who have low self-esteem just because they've seen women get surgery to make their body look like that. But you were actually born like that. You bountiful, and you got an overflowing cup, for real, for real. But then you'll be judged on some shit like this. So somebody could have thought that because of your body type you would be an easy catch. Or maybe they try to like, you know, sometimes like men, instead of just saying they want to be with you, they'll kind of like just be in your space a lot. So they'll kind of like, it'll kind of give other men the illusion that y'all got something going on, just so that they can be in line to be the first to claim you if you ever decide that you want to approach them. But it's like all the energies here are somebody who don't speak up for themselves, people who don't have no go and get it, people who are like cowards basically underneath it all, don't have no structure and order about themselves, and then they want you to do the work. So that could be either on the male or female side. A woman who don't show no signs of wanting you, but expect you to just go out the way for her, or she'll do something like block you and expect you to chase after her. You get what I'm saying? Like that type of energy. And it's like we too grown for that. With a Hierophant heart, we all too grown for that. That it just is what it is. We too grown for that. The solar plexus position, you have the Daughter of Knives, which is like a more childish line of thinking. Somebody may not even be aware that they have this childish line of thinking. They just looking at you like the problem. So it's still like them wanting to approach you in a state of conflict, if it's like the Gemini or the Virgoan or the Mercurial energy. So when I say Mercurial energy, the Gemini or the Virgo, it could just be that, you know, during this retrograde, you having somebody come back around and trying to stir up memories, or the memories are coming back. And a lot of times when somebody just floods into your memory like that, it's because they're actively thinking about you. Yeah. that mercurial energy. This is like a retrograde thing. So whoever it is that's coming back around this retrograde time, y'all know how that is, or whoever's been on your mind around this retrograde time is likely that person. And if they are Gemini, Virgo, or they have Gemini or Virgo placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, or they have things in like the third house or the seventh house. It could be either of those. Not the seventh, but the sixth. Yeah, the sixth. The third or the sixth. Something about the 3 and 6. Those are creational numbers. 3, 6, 9. And it's 3 and the 6. The 3 plus the 6 equals 9. They could have both of those, and then somebody really felt like they did they big one. Something that they said to you or something that they did to try to manipulate you. They felt like they had did they big one. Or they had planned something. Like somebody went out of their way to plan something because they was like, oh yeah, this is going to be the thing that like makes them like, it's going to break down their guard. Instead of having a conversation to bring down somebody's guard, it's like, no, I'm going to force their guard down. I'm going to kick in the door. Okay, and somebody was on the other side of the door with a long sword, ready to die about that shit. Because you're going to come in my heart space with some order. You're going to come in my heart space with some decency. They really don't play about themselves, and I love that. Because that's the only way you're going to find a soulmate is when you really just stop playing with yourself. Like, not playing with yourself. When you stop playing about yourself. I'm going to say it that way. In the sacral chakra position is the 7 of baskets. And that's another thing somebody could have did. Like, try to play you with the whole options game. Or try to triangulate. Try to make it where, well, I'm around you. I don't have to be around you. I got this, that, and the other option. And somebody with a stern face was like, okay, well, go be with the other option then. I'm going to let you go have the other option. It is what it is. Go have that. Go be with them. But then when you tell them, go have that, go be with them, because at the root is Ace of Coins. I care about myself more than I care about you. Like, I love you, but I love me more type energy. You may have like literally told somebody that I love you, but I love myself more. And now it's just like they think you the worst person in the world. Or they want to make it seem like you broke their heart. Again, like on that lighter kind of Aquarius, that's that upper echelon. The upper echelon of Mercury is Uranus. It may have taken them by surprise, but they would rather play it like, dang, that's the one who got away, or like, dang, they broke my heart, or whatever. The first woman who broke my heart. And it's kind of like a romanticized type of vibe about it. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll probably take the picture of you and use it to fuck with other women. Like kind of how like Ray J is doing with that girl now. I think Sheila, whatever. And like basically I'll never love you, and like making it known, he's still making known how much he was in love with Princess and stuff like that. Like and with Princess, he probably used the girl from 702, the girl Irish who passed away. He probably used the girl from 702 to play with Princess mind, like, because he'll still say things like, I loved her so much or whatever. And Whitney Houston, you know what I'm saying? A man love a good dead ex. Men love a good dead ex so that they can make their current girlfriend be like, well, you'll never be such and such. If she was still alive, that would have been my wife type shit. That's triangulation. That's still gaslighting. That's still emotional manipulation. And somebody is not above doing that. So to the person that's kind of like the more Aquarian vibe, like they kind of have like a more extreme with the Uranus energy, but it's also lighter at the same time because it's, a higher echelon of air. And they'll use it to power up. So that type of person would be like, well, I had one who got away, or one that I loved and I always love him, or whatever. So they kind of set the standard. You're the standard that I measure all guys by. It's like, that type of energy. And, I'm Aquarius sun, so I ain't above it. So I'm not even. But like the low life type of shit, like where you actively playing with somebody's feelings and like you doing stuff right there in their face, like then it becomes a level of disrespect. Because if somebody tells you, I'll always be in love with my ex who passed away, I'm like, you know what? You probably need more time to heal. And I respect you for that, my brother. And keep it moving. So there's that. It's like a certain level of consent that gives you respect. And anything that you do after that, you kind of deserve, however they play with you. But I'm getting like this low life kind of grimy, trying to directly attack you now. Like they don't like nothing you doing. Like they'll go around and talk shit about you and make it seem like you played them, you didn't give them a chance, and you friend zone them. And you know how men, or even both men and women, because it's a lot of masculine females out here, but you know how they'll make it seem like you friend zone them on purpose. Like somebody always trying to make it seem like you did something to them on purpose the whole time you just living your life. So they don't like nothing you doing. If you out here exploring the world, if you out here building things for yourself, if you out here got your own motion, investing in yourself, working on yourself. You got the strength card was right behind this ace of coins, and then the 10 of coins after that. So whoever you are, you about to come into something because you don't play about your heart. So you can't help but to manifest something that is going to be good for you, something that is going to treat you right, someone who is going to treat you right, a relationship that reciprocates what it is that you need to for your heart to be secure. With that Hierophant heart, is like you have it's just certain non-negotiables that you have, and somebody who won't try to manipulate you is one of those non-negotiables. Somebody who won't use emotional manipulation, somebody who keeps a calm and stable household where you feel safe, that's more where you want to go. Somebody who is going to love you out loud and not be playing the games or not trying to act like, well, I got these other options. Somebody who's fully single when you meet them, and y'all make a decision together. You come to a consensus that you want to move forward with this thing. Everything consensual. It ain't no emotional assaults or emotional rape where somebody make you feel a certain way and then all of a sudden pull back because they want to play games with you and keep you disoriented. It ain't none of that. That's what you get to have because you'll move around with the Daughter of Wands. You don't mind moving on. And that's why I say it's like a difference. When somebody show you up front who they are, then you get to make the decision, be like, okay, yeah, I'm good on that. I hope you can heal more. You can get over the girlfriend who died 10 years ago. I hope one day that you heal past that and can have a solid relationship. But I'm going to go ahead and chuck the deuce. Versus somebody who trying to make it seem like they have options right now, like who always triangulating you right now. Or they'll come and love bomb you and then sit up in your face texting a friend of the opposite gender. And you know what I'm saying? And acting all secretive and stuff. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. And they know you don't have time for it because you were willing to just move on solo. You were just willing to drop it. You were just willing to go and have your own way and explore the world yourself and pour into yourself. And you didn't fall into none of that emotional manipulation and none of them games that they like to play. And that's what they hate the most. That's what's really at the top of mind. That's why they I can't pick up the card. Can't pick up the card. Whoever this person was, they just couldn't get right. It just didn't matter how much you tried to talk to them. Kudos to you if you don't do the back and forth. If you so structured with your heart that you don't try to coach nobody and teach nobody nothing, that you block early and often, kudos to you. But it's like whoever this person is who has the biggest vendetta against you, it's like you gave them plenty of room and plenty of opportunity to approach you in the manner that they wanted to approach you. You gave them plenty signs and signals that you were willing to move into like a connection and stuff with them. It's like you gave them the words. You may not have like begged them or asked them, but you gave them all the signs. They had all the play they needed to make that move if they wanted to. This person just wanted to basically like make you submit to them or make you pour out emotions to them, and they did it by emotional manipulation. And a lot of them had like triangulation schemes going on where they trying to make you feel like an option, or they were withholding things that they really wanted to say to try to draw you out and make you be the one who say it first. And ain't nobody got time for that. You grown as hell. So good for you. And it don't matter if they don't like what you got going on. Keep going. See y'all on the next one.